From Broke to Wealthy. Transform Your Finances Starting Now. Written by Ronnie Rowland. Published by Growth Literacy Lounge. Imagine a life where money no longer dictates your choices, a life of freedom, abundance, and purpose. It's not just a distant dream, it's a reality you can create. The journey from financial struggle to lasting wealth isn't about luck or extraordinary talent. It's about the mindset you cultivate and the intentional actions you take. This book is your guide to unlocking that transformation. For too long, the idea of building wealth has felt out of reach for many, shrouded in myths and weighed down by the fear of failure. Maybe you've believed that wealth is only for the lucky or the gifted, or that your circumstances are too limiting to change. But here's the truth: lasting wealth is within your grasp, no matter where you're starting from. It doesn't require a six-figure salary or risky investments. It begins with small, consistent steps and a commitment to shifting your perspective on money. This book isn't about quick fixes or get-rich-quick schemes. It's about building a solid foundation, one that equips you to weather life's challenges and thrive in any situation. You'll learn how to harness the power of your mindset, identify opportunities for growth, and develop habits that lead to financial success. Along the way, you'll hear stories of ordinary people who broke free from financial struggle and achieved lasting wealth through determination, resilience, and strategic action. In these pages, you'll discover how to overcome limiting beliefs that hold you back, practical strategies to manage, grow, and diversify your income, the power of small habits that create massive results over time, how to recover from setbacks and use them as stepping stones, the importance of giving back and creating a legacy. This isn't just a book, it's a blueprint for transformation. Each chapter is designed to inspire, empower, and equip you to take control of your financial destiny. The path to lasting wealth isn't easy, but it's simple when you follow the right steps. Your journey begins now, and with every page, you'll be closer to a life of abundance and freedom. Your future self is waiting to thank you for taking this step. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Power of a Wealthy Mindset. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast canyon, your dreams shimmering on the other side. The bridge to get there isn't built with gold or riches, it's constructed with your mindset. Before you can achieve financial freedom, you must conquer the battlefield of your own mind. Wealth isn't just about the numbers in your bank account. It's about the story you tell yourself about money. Let's start with the most significant barrier, the scarcity mindset. This way of thinking convinces you there's never enough money, opportunities, or time. Perhaps you've heard voices, internal or external, whispering, "We can't afford that," or "only the lucky ones get rich." These beliefs don't just hold you back, they become self-fulfilling prophecies. When you believe in scarcity, you act in ways that create scarcity. Now picture Julie. She grew up hearing, "Money doesn't grow on trees." Her parents worked tirelessly, yet they were always one step behind. That mantra rooted itself in Julie's mind, and she approached life expecting financial struggle. When Julie finally recognized this limiting belief, she made a radical decision. She would reframe her relationship with money. She started small, replacing "I can't afford this" with "How can I afford this?" That tiny shift opened her mind to possibilities she never saw before: side gigs, budgeting strategies, and eventually investing. The opposite of a scarcity mindset is the abundance mindset. This is the belief that opportunities are limitless and wealth can flow freely to those open to receiving it. It doesn't mean being naive or reckless. Abundance thinking is about seeing the potential in every situation, even setbacks. It's about understanding that wealth is not a zero-sum game. Someone else's success does not diminish yours. Here's how you can begin adopting an abundance mindset. 1. Reframe negative thoughts. Each time you catch yourself saying, "I can't," rephrase it. Ask, "What can I do?" or "How can I make this possible?" 2. Celebrate small wins. Did you save $10 this week? Celebrate it. Did you learn something new about investing? Celebrate that too. Small wins build momentum. 3. Surround yourself with abundance thinkers. If you spend time with people who believe in possibilities, their mindset will influence yours. Shifting your mindset isn't just about positive thinking, it's about rewiring your brain. Neuroscience shows that repeated thoughts and actions create new neural pathways. This means that by practicing abundance thinking, you can literally change the way your brain operates. But how do you keep this mindset alive when reality feels harsh? Enter the power of visualization. Olympic athletes use this technique to prepare for gold medal performances, and you can use it to achieve financial success. Every morning, take 5 minutes to close your eyes and vividly imagine the life you're building. Picture yourself debt-free, enjoying experiences you once thought were out of reach, and having the freedom to give generously. This practice isn't just about dreaming, it programs your brain to work toward those images. Let's address the elephant in the room. Mindset alone won't make you wealthy. Action is the engine that drives transformation, but mindset is the fuel. Without it, even the best strategies will sputter and stall. By committing to an abundance mindset, you position yourself to take those critical first steps toward wealth. So, are you ready to rewrite your money story? Start today by observing your thoughts about money. Catch those whispers of scarcity and respond with the language of possibility. Your future self, the one living with financial freedom, will thank you. Chapter 2. Breaking Free from Financial Myths. Every financial journey begins with a hard truth. Much of what we believe about money isn't true. These myths don't just distort our understanding, they shape our decisions, often steering us away from the path to wealth. Breaking free from these misconceptions is the first step toward financial clarity and control. Think about the myth that wealth is reserved for a select few, the lucky, the brilliant, or the inheritors. This belief whispers, you're not one of them. Yet, stories abound of ordinary people who've risen from humble beginnings to achieve extraordinary wealth. Take Marcus, a schoolteacher who believed he'd always live paycheck to paycheck. It wasn't until his mid-30s that Marcus stumbled upon a life-changing realization: wealth isn't about luck or genius, it's about systems. With this shift in perspective, he started budgeting, investing, and building multiple income streams. Today, Marcus has not only achieved financial freedom but mentors others to do the same. Another common myth is that debt is inherently bad. Certainly, unchecked debt can suffocate your financial future, but not all debt is equal. Consider the difference between consumer debt, like high-interest credit cards, and strategic debt, such as a low-interest loan to invest in your education or business. Debt, when managed wisely, can be a tool for growth rather than a trap. Let's also address the myth that saving alone can make you rich. While saving is essential, it's only one piece of the wealth puzzle. Imagine planting seeds but never watering them. Savings without investment is like a garden without growth. Compound interest, not just frugality, is the secret weapon of the wealthy. The sooner you start investing, the more time your money has to grow exponentially. One of the most dangerous myths is that discussing money is taboo. Many of us grew up in households where money conversations were off limits, creating a culture of financial ignorance. But keeping quiet about money often leads to poor decisions and missed opportunities. Talking about finances with trusted individuals can provide new perspectives, uncover hidden resources, and open doors to collaboration. Here's how you can start dismantling financial myths in your life. 1. Audit your beliefs. Write down what you believe about money, good or bad. Ask yourself, where did this belief come from, and is it serving me? 2. Seek knowledge. Educate yourself. Read books, listen to podcasts, or take courses about personal finance. Knowledge is the antidote to misinformation. 3. Test your assumptions. Challenge yourself to think differently. For instance, if you believe investing is too risky, start small with a low-cost index fund and track its performance. Shifting beliefs isn't easy, especially when they've been ingrained for years. Imagine these myths as chains that bind you to financial stagnation. Breaking free requires courage and effort, but the reward is liberation, a clear path to lasting wealth. As you shed these myths, you'll notice a shift in how you perceive opportunities. What once seemed out of reach now appears possible. This mental transformation is the gateway to taking meaningful action. Marcus, our earlier example, not only rewrote his financial story but also became a catalyst for others. His willingness to challenge myths empowered his students and community to do the same. By questioning the rules he'd grown up with, Marcus unlocked a life of abundance, not just for himself, but for everyone he touched. So ask yourself, what myths are holding you back? Write them down, challenge them, and replace them with truths that empower you. Your financial freedom begins when you unlearn the lies that have kept you from it. Chapter 3. The Wealth Equation. Wealth isn't a mystery. It's not some unattainable ideal reserved for a lucky few. Instead, wealth is built on a simple formula, a system that anyone can learn and apply. The wealth equation is straightforward. Income expenses equals savings plus investments. When you master this equation, you unlock the key to financial freedom. Let's meet Alex. A 29-year-old graphic designer, Alex was stuck in a cycle of spending every dollar earned. Despite a decent income, Alex constantly felt broke. His turning point came when he stumbled upon a podcast that explained the wealth equation. For the first time, he saw money as a tool, not a burden. With this new perspective, Alex decided to get serious about his finances. Step 1. Increase income. The first part of the equation is maximizing your earnings. For Alex, this meant freelancing on weekends and negotiating a raise at work. Even small increases in income can have a big impact, especially when paired with disciplined spending. Consider the question: how can you earn an extra $500 this month? Side hustles, selling unused items, or offering a service you excel at can boost your bottom line. Step 2. Decrease expenses. The next step is cutting unnecessary spending. Alex began tracking every expense using a free budgeting app. The results shocked him. He was spending $200 a month on coffee and eating out multiple times a week. By brewing his coffee at home and meal prepping, Alex saved hundreds of dollars every month. Small changes like these add up over time, creating room in your budget for saving and investing. Step 3. Build savings. Savings are the foundation of wealth. Without an emergency fund, even minor setbacks can derail your progress. Alex prioritized saving 3 months' worth of living expenses. This safety net gave him peace of mind and protected him from financial stress. Aim to save at least 20% of your income, starting with small, consistent contributions. Step 4. Start investing. Here's where the magic happens. Investments are the engine that grows your wealth exponentially over time. Alex started small, contributing to a low-cost index fund. He also set up an automatic transfer to his retirement account every month. Over the years, the power of compound interest will turn those modest contributions into a significant nest egg. The earlier you start, the more powerful this growth becomes. The wealth equation isn't just about numbers, it's about behavior. It requires discipline, intentionality, and a willingness to delay gratification. Alex learned to prioritize long-term goals over short-term pleasures, a shift that transformed his financial trajectory. He now tracks his progress regularly, celebrating milestones like paying off his car loan and maxing out his IRA. Breaking down the wealth equation also makes it easier to adjust as your circumstances change. Unexpected expenses, job transitions, or economic downturns can disrupt even the best plans. However, understanding this formula helps you regain control quickly. It's a compass that keeps you moving toward your goals, no matter the obstacles. Think of wealth building as climbing a staircase. Each step, earning, saving, investing, moves you closer to the summit. While the climb requires effort, every step builds momentum. Alex's story illustrates this perfectly. Just 2 years after committing to the wealth equation, he paid off his credit card debt, built an emergency fund, and started saving for a down payment on his first home. The wealth equation is your roadmap. Start by taking an honest look at your finances. How much do you earn, spend, and save? What changes can you make today to move the needle? Remember, small steps lead to big results over time. Your journey to financial freedom begins with understanding this simple formula. Chapter 4. Tiny habits, big results. Every great transformation begins with a single, small step. When it comes to building wealth, the most significant changes often come from the tiniest actions. Small habits, practiced consistently over time, create a ripple effect that leads to massive results. This chapter explores the power of tiny habits and how they can propel you toward lasting wealth. Meet Emma. Like many people, Emma felt overwhelmed by her financial situation. She had credit card debt, little savings, and no idea how to start investing. Every time she thought about fixing her finances, it seemed like an impossible mountain to climb. But Emma's breakthrough came when she read about the concept of habit stacking, attaching a new habit to an existing one. She decided to start small. Every morning, after brushing her teeth, she would check her budget for 2 minutes. That single habit sparked a chain reaction. Tiny habits are powerful because they're manageable. They bypass the brain's resistance to change and create momentum. Instead of trying to overhaul your finances overnight, you focus on small, actionable steps. Over time, these small wins build confidence, consistency, and a sense of progress. Emma's daily 2-minute check-in made her more aware of her spending, leading to better choices and more control over her money. Tiny habits also benefit from the compound effect. The idea that small actions, repeated consistently, produce exponential results. Imagine saving just $5 a day. It might not seem like much, but over a year that's $1,825. Invest that amount annually in an account earning 7% interest, and in 20 years you'll have over $75,000. Small changes don't just add up, they multiply. Here are a few simple habits you can start today. 1. Automate savings. Set up an automatic transfer to your savings account every payday, even if it's just $10. 2. Track one expense daily. Write down one thing you spend money on each day. This increases awareness and helps curb impulse spending. 3. Read for 5 minutes about finance. Whether it's a book, article, or podcast, 5 minutes a day can build your knowledge and confidence. To make new habits stick, tie them to existing ones. For example, after your morning coffee, review your bank account. Before watching your favorite TV show, spend 5 minutes researching an investment. After your evening walk, jot down one financial goal for the week. Emma used habit stacking to great effect. After tracking her budget each morning, she began setting aside $5 a day in a savings jar. Within months, she saved enough to pay off a small credit card balance. That victory motivated her to tackle larger financial goals. She automated her savings, started a side hustle, and eventually invested her first $500. Each small success reinforces your belief that change is possible. Tiny habits aren't just practical, they're motivational. The brain releases dopamine, a feel-good chemical, every time you achieve a goal, no matter how small. This creates a positive feedback loop, encouraging you to keep going. The secret to success isn't motivation, it's momentum. Motivation comes and goes, but momentum builds with every small step you take. Emma's tiny habits gave her the momentum to create significant change. She didn't need to be perfect, she just needed to keep moving forward. What's one tiny habit you can begin right now? Maybe it's saving your spare change, skipping a daily coffee purchase, or reading a financial tip each morning. These small actions may feel insignificant, but over time, they can transform your life. Your financial journey doesn't have to start with a giant leap. Sometimes, it's as simple as brushing your teeth, checking your budget, and watching the ripple effects change your future. Chapter 5. Building Unstoppable Momentum. Momentum is the hidden engine of success. It's what transforms effort into results, what keeps you moving forward even when the path is difficult. For anyone seeking financial freedom, understanding and harnessing momentum is critical. Momentum doesn't rely on luck or bursts of motivation, it's built through consistent action and smart choices. Let's consider the story of Jake, a freelance photographer who struggled to make ends meet. He lived job to job, often falling behind on bills, and saw no way out of the cycle. One day, Jake decided to make one small change. He started dedicating 15 minutes every evening to learning about personal finance. That habit grew into budgeting, cutting unnecessary expenses, and finding ways to increase his income. Within months, Jake's financial picture started to shift, and within a year he had paid off a significant portion of his debt. What seemed impossible at first became achievable, because he built momentum. Momentum is the cumulative power of repeated actions. It's why the hardest part of any journey is the beginning. Once you're moving, the effort required to keep going decreases. In financial terms, momentum means seeing your first savings grow, watching debt shrink, or experiencing the freedom of a well-organized budget. These victories create motivation to continue. The key to building financial momentum is starting small. Here are actionable ways to get started. 1. Set micro goals. Instead of aiming to save $10,000, start with saving $100. Celebrate the milestone, then aim for the next. 2. Track progress. Use a notebook or an app to log each success, whether it's a dollar saved or a debt payment made. Seeing progress reinforces the habit. 3. Automate success. Set up automatic transfers to your savings or investment accounts. Automation removes the risk of forgetting or procrastinating. Jake's momentum accelerated when he automated his savings. Each week, A portion of his freelance income was transferred to a high-yield savings account. At first, the amount was small, just $25 per week, but over time he increased it as his financial confidence grew. By the end of the year, he had a $2,000 emergency fund, giving him a sense of security he had never felt before. Momentum aligns beautifully with the principle of compounding. Whether it's money, habits, or skills, small actions repeated over time lead to exponential growth. Think of a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but as it picks up speed, it grows larger and faster. The same applies to your financial habits. For example, let's say you invest $100 per month in an account earning 8% annual returns. After 5 years, you'll have contributed $6,000, but your account will be worth over $7,300. That extra $1,300 is the result of compounding, and the longer you continue, the more pronounced the effect becomes. Momentum isn't always smooth. Life will throw curveballs, unexpected expenses, job losses, or market downturns. The key is not to let these setbacks derail you. Instead, adjust, don't stop. If an expense forces you to pause saving, restart as soon as possible, even with a smaller amount. Focus on wins. Remind yourself of your progress so far. A setback doesn't erase what you've achieved. Lean on systems. Automated processes help you stay on track, even during difficult times. Jake faced setbacks too. A slow season in his photography business forced him to dip into his savings, but instead of giving up, he treated it as a temporary adjustment. Once his income stabilized, he rebuilt his fund and kept moving forward. Momentum isn't just about money, it's about creating a life where progress becomes inevitable. Each step you take makes the next one easier. Over time, you'll find yourself achieving goals you once thought were impossible, not because of dramatic changes, but because you kept moving. Ask yourself, what's one step you can take today to build momentum? Whether it's saving your first $10, starting a side hustle, or reading one chapter of a personal finance book, that step can become the first in a series of actions that lead to extraordinary results. Chapter 6. Mastering Money Management. Mastering money management is like learning to play a game where the rules decide your success. The better you understand those rules, the greater your chance of winning. Without a clear system for managing your money, it can feel like sand slipping through your fingers, impossible to hold on to. But with the right tools and mindset, you can take full control of your finances and make every dollar work for you. Consider Olivia, a small business owner who always seemed to be one step behind her expenses. No matter how much her business earned, she felt like she was treading water, never getting ahead. Olivia's turning point came when she adopted a simple money management system, budgeting. By tracking her income and expenses, she discovered she was spending hundreds of dollars on unnecessary business subscriptions. That revelation allowed her to redirect those funds toward paying down debt and building her savings. At the core of money management is a budget, a plan for your money that ensures every dollar has a purpose. Budgeting doesn't mean restricting yourself, it means prioritizing your goals. Start by categorizing your expenses. 1. Fixed expenses. Rent, utilities, and insurance, things that remain consistent each month. 2. Variable expenses. Groceries, entertainment, and dining out, areas where you can adjust spending. 3. Savings and investments, the most critical category for building wealth. Olivia adopted the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of her income went to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. This simple framework transformed her financial outlook, giving her clarity and control. A budget is only as good as your ability to track it. Tools like mobile apps, spreadsheets, or even a notebook can help you stay on top of your spending. Tracking your expenses regularly shows you where your money goes and helps identify areas to cut back. For Olivia, tracking revealed her biggest leaks: impulse purchases. She implemented a 24-hour rule, waiting a day before making any non-essential purchase. This small habit saved her hundreds of dollars over time and reinforced her discipline. Another essential component of money management is handling debt effectively. High-interest debt can feel like a weight dragging you down. The two most popular strategies for paying it off are: 1. The snowball method. Focus on paying off your smallest debt first, then use that momentum to tackle larger ones. 2. The avalanche method. Prioritize debts with the highest interest rates to minimize total costs over time. Olivia used the avalanche method to address her business loan and credit card debt. She made extra payments on the loan with the highest interest rate while maintaining minimum payments on others. This approach saved her money and accelerated her debt-free journey. One of the easiest ways to manage money is through automation. Set up automatic transfers to savings accounts, bill payments, and retirement contributions. Automation removes the temptation to spend and ensures you consistently work toward your goals. Olivia automated her savings by setting up a recurring transfer to her emergency fund. Even during slower business months, this system kept her savings growing steadily. An emergency fund is a critical element of money management. Aim to save 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses to protect yourself from unexpected costs. Knowing you have a financial cushion gives you confidence and peace of mind. Good money management isn't about perfection, it's about alignment. Every dollar you spend or save should bring you closer to your long-term goals. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home, traveling the world, or retiring early, mastering your finances is the bridge to those dreams. Ask yourself, what is one step you can take today to better manage your money? Whether it's creating a budget, tracking expenses, or automating savings, take that step now. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll feel the empowerment that comes from financial mastery. Chapter 7. The Investment Mindset. Building wealth isn't just about earning or saving money, it's about growing it. Investing is the vehicle that transforms small savings into substantial wealth. But to succeed, you need more than just money, you need the right mindset. The investment mindset is about thinking long-term, embracing calculated risks, and staying disciplined. Let's take the story of Daniel, a mid-level marketing professional. For years, Daniel avoided investing because he believed it was too complicated and risky. He kept his money in a savings account, earning almost no interest. One day, a friend challenged him. What's riskier, investing or watching inflation erode your savings? That question lit a fire in Daniel. He decided to learn about investing, starting with small, manageable steps. Over time, he not only grew his wealth but also gained confidence and financial independence. At its core, the investment mindset is about seeing money as a tool for creating opportunities. Instead of fearing the unknown, investors approach it with curiosity and a willingness to learn. Here's what the mindset entails. 1. Long-term thinking. Investments often take years, even decades, to yield significant returns. Patience is crucial. 2. Calculated risk. Every investment carries some risk, but the key is to manage it wisely by diversifying and doing your homework. 3. Consistency. The best investors are disciplined. They invest regularly, regardless of market fluctuations. One of the biggest misconceptions about investing is that you need a lot of money to get started. In reality, even small amounts can grow over time. Daniel started by investing $50 a month in a low-cost index fund. At first it felt insignificant, but as he watched his portfolio grow, he realized the power of compounding. After 5 years, his modest contributions had turned into a solid financial foundation. To adopt an investment mindset, it's important to understand the basics. 1. Types of investments: stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, and more. Each comes with its own risk and return profile. 2. Diversification. Spread your investments across different asset types to reduce risk. 3. Compounding. Reinvesting your earnings allows your money to grow exponentially over time. Daniel's breakthrough came when he learned about diversification. Instead of putting all his money into one stock, he invested in an index fund that tracked the entire market. This approach minimized risk while giving him exposure to a broad range of companies. Investing requires discipline, especially during market downturns. Emotional decisions, like selling during a dip, can derail your long-term goals. The investment mindset helps you stay focused on the bigger picture. For Daniel, this meant setting clear goals and sticking to them, even when his portfolio temporarily lost value. Automation is a powerful tool for investors. By setting up automatic contributions to his investment account, Daniel ensured he stayed consistent, even during busy months. Automation removes the need for constant decision-making, helping you stay disciplined over the long haul. No one is born knowing how to invest. The investment mindset involves a commitment to learning. Start with simple resources, books, podcasts, or online courses. As your knowledge grows, so will your confidence. The hardest part of investing is starting. If you've never invested before, Begin with small, consistent contributions to a low-cost index fund. Set a reminder to review your portfolio periodically, and resist the urge to micromanage it. Over time, you'll see your money grow, and with it, your belief in the power of investing. Daniel's story is proof that anyone can adopt the investment mindset. By starting small, thinking long-term, and staying disciplined, he transformed his financial future. You can do the same. Remember, the best time to start investing was yesterday. The second best time is today. Chapter 8. Unlocking multiple streams of income. Financial freedom doesn't rely on a single source of income, it thrives on diversity. Unlocking multiple streams of income isn't just a strategy, it's a mindset shift that opens doors to new opportunities and builds long-term security. By expanding your income sources, you reduce reliance on one paycheck and create a safety net for unexpected challenges. Let's dive into the story of Priya, a full-time nurse who always felt financially stretched despite her stable job. Priya wanted more freedom but didn't know where to start. One day, a colleague introduced her to the idea of earning passive income. Intrigued, Priya decided to explore her options. She began by renting out a spare room on weekends, earning extra cash without sacrificing her main job. That single step sparked a journey that transformed her finances. Relying solely on one income source is risky. Job losses, economic downturns, or unexpected expenses can leave you vulnerable. By diversifying your income, you create resilience and unlock new opportunities for growth. Multiple streams don't just provide financial stability, they give you the freedom to pursue your passions without constant worry. There are three main types of income streams. 1. Active income, money earned through direct effort, such as a job or freelance work. 2. Passive income, income that requires minimal ongoing effort, like rental properties, dividends, or royalties. 3. Portfolio income, earnings from investments such as stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. Priya started with active income by picking up occasional weekend shifts. She then ventured into passive income by listing her spare room on Airbnb. Finally, she reinvested her earnings into index funds, creating portfolio income over time. The first step to unlocking new income streams is identifying your skills, interests, and resources. Ask yourself, what am I good at? Graphic design, writing, teaching. What assets do I have? A car, extra space, equipment. What do I enjoy doing? Priya's extra room was an underutilized asset. By renting it out, she monetized something she already owned. Similarly, she leveraged her nursing expertise to create an online course for aspiring healthcare professionals, generating additional income. Passive income is the holy grail of financial independence because it allows you to earn money while you sleep. Here are some ideas to consider. 1. Real estate, renting out properties or spare rooms. 2. Investments, earning dividends, interest, or capital gains. 3. Digital products, creating e-books, courses, or templates that sell repeatedly. While passive income often requires an upfront investment of time or money, the long-term rewards can be significant. For Priya, the key was starting small and scaling as her confidence grew. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when exploring new income opportunities. The secret is to start with one idea. Focus on mastering it before moving on to the next. Priya's journey began with a spare room. Only after mastering that income stream did she branch into digital products and investments. Automation can make managing multiple income streams easier. Use tools and systems to handle recurring tasks, such as rent collection, investment contributions, or online course sales. Automation allowed Priya to focus on growing her ventures without feeling bogged down by day-to-day details. What untapped resources or skills do you have? Start by brainstorming one actionable idea to generate additional income. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be possible. Take that first step, and you'll build the confidence to explore more. Priya's story proves that anyone can unlock multiple income streams. By taking small, consistent actions, she went from financial stress to freedom. You can do the same. The journey to diversified income begins with a single idea and the courage to act on it. Chapter 9. Financial freedom isn't a number. For years, many of us believed that financial freedom meant reaching a specific number, $1 million in the bank, a six-figure salary, or retiring at 65. But here's the truth: financial freedom isn't a number. It's a mindset and a lifestyle. It's about designing a life where your money supports your goals and values, not the other way around. Meet Carlos, a 35-year-old teacher who lived paycheck to paycheck despite earning a decent salary. Carlos thought financial freedom was a distant dream, achievable only after decades of saving. But one day, a mentor shared a life-changing insight. Financial freedom isn't about how much you have, it's about how little you need. This revelation shifted Carlos's focus from chasing more to needing less. Over the next year, he simplified his lifestyle, redefined his goals, and built a life aligned with his values. At its core, financial freedom means having control over your finances so they don't control you. It's about choices, the ability to pursue work you love, spend time with family, or travel without worrying about money. Carlos learned that he didn't need to be rich to feel free, he needed to align his spending with what mattered most. Financial freedom begins with intentional living. Ask yourself, 1. What do I value most? 2. How can my money reflect those values? 3. What does enough look like for me? Carlos realized he valued experiences over possessions. By cutting unnecessary expenses, like upgrading to the latest gadgets or dining out every week, he redirected his money toward travel and paying off debt. This shift made him feel richer, even though he was spending less. One of the fastest paths to financial freedom is living below your means. This doesn't mean depriving yourself, it means prioritizing needs over wants and finding joy in simplicity. Carlos adopted the 80-20 rule, living on 80% of his income while saving and investing the rest. Over time, those savings grew into a safety net that gave him peace of mind. Instead of chasing a specific financial milestone, focus on flexibility. Financial freedom is about options, being able to take a break from work, pivot to a new career, or handle unexpected expenses without stress. Flexibility comes from managing your expenses, building savings, and having multiple income streams. Carlos experienced this firsthand when his school district announced layoffs. While some colleagues panicked, Carlos was calm. His emergency fund and side hustle as a tutor gave him the breathing room to explore other opportunities. Within months, he found a remote teaching role that offered more flexibility and aligned with his values. Debt is one of the biggest obstacles to financial freedom. By paying off high-interest loans, you free up money to invest in your goals. Carlos tackled his debt using the snowball method, starting with his smallest loan. Each victory motivated him to keep going, and within 3 years he was debt-free. Financial freedom isn't just about money, it's about time. What would you do if you didn't have to trade hours for dollars? Carlos used his newfound financial flexibility to take a summer off and travel with his family. Those experiences were worth more to him than any paycheck. Financial freedom doesn't require a millionaire's bank account. It requires clarity about what you want, discipline to prioritize your values, and courage to let go of what doesn't serve you. Start by asking yourself, what would financial freedom look like for me? Then take small, intentional steps to design a life that supports that vision. Carlos's journey proves that financial freedom is within reach for anyone willing to redefine success. It's not about hitting a magic number, it's about creating a life where your finances work for you, not against you. Chapter 10. Overcoming setbacks. Setbacks are an inevitable part of any financial journey. Whether it's an unexpected expense, a poor investment, or a loss of income, these moments can feel like roadblocks. But here's the truth, setbacks don't define your journey, your response to them does. By embracing resilience and learning from challenges, you can transform setbacks into stepping stones toward your financial goals. Take the story of Mia, a single mother who worked tirelessly to improve her finances. After years of budgeting and side hustles, Mia finally saved enough to start a small online business. Things were going well until her laptop, essential to her work, unexpectedly crashed. Replacing it wiped out her emergency fund, leaving her feeling defeated. But instead of giving up, Mia used the setback as motivation. She rebuilt her emergency fund, found creative ways to cut costs, and sought out free tools to keep her business running. Within 6 months, she was back on track and stronger than ever. Resilience starts with mindset. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, view them as opportunities to learn and grow. Ask yourself, 1. What can I learn from this situation? 2. How can I prevent this from happening again? 3. What steps can I take to recover? Mia's mindset shift was key to her comeback. Instead of dwelling on her loss, she focused on what she could control, creating a plan to rebuild her finances. One of the best ways to prepare for setbacks is by building a financial cushion. An emergency fund acts as a safety net, covering unexpected costs like medical bills, car repairs, or job loss. Aim to save 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. Start small. Mia began with $500 and gradually increased her fund as her income grew. Another way to weather financial storms is by diversifying your income. Multiple streams of income reduce reliance on a single source, providing stability during tough times. Mia supplemented her online business with a part-time freelancing gig, ensuring she had additional income if her business slowed down. Setbacks often feel overwhelming because they highlight things outside your control. The key to regaining momentum is focusing on what you can control. For Mia, that meant finding low-cost tools to replace her laptop's functions and negotiating a flexible payment plan with her creditors. Don't underestimate the power of community. Lean on friends, family, or online networks for support and advice. Mia joined a local entrepreneur group that offered encouragement and tips during her toughest moments. These connections reminded her that she wasn't alone. Every setback holds a lesson. Take time to reflect. Did this happen because of an oversight or external circumstances? How can I protect myself better in the future? Mia realized she hadn't backed up her files or saved for equipment replacements. Moving forward, she invested in cloud storage and added a tech replacement category to her budget. Recovery doesn't happen overnight, so celebrate progress along the way. Each small victory, saving $50, paying off a bill, or securing a new client, boosts your confidence and keeps you motivated. When setbacks happen, start with these steps. 1. Assess the situation. What's the immediate priority? 2. Create a recovery plan, break it into small, actionable steps. 3. Stay consistent. Progress, no matter how small, builds momentum. Mia's comeback story is a testament to resilience. By embracing setbacks as part of her journey, she emerged more resourceful and confident. Her experience proves that no challenge is insurmountable when approached with the right mindset and strategy. What setback have you faced recently? Take a moment to reflect on the lessons it holds. Then, create a plan to bounce back. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger. Your comeback story starts now. Chapter 11. Paying it forward. True wealth isn't just about what you accumulate, it's about the impact you create. Financial freedom gives you the power to uplift others, to invest in your community, and to inspire change. Paying it forward doesn't diminish your success, it multiplies it, creating a ripple effect that extends beyond you. Let's meet Jasmine, an entrepreneur who built a thriving business from scratch. After years of hard work, she achieved financial freedom and could finally afford the luxuries she'd always dreamed of. But something was missing. Despite her success, Jasmine felt unfulfilled. That changed when she decided to mentor young women in her community, teaching them how to manage money and start businesses. Through her mentorship, Jasmine found a deeper purpose. Helping others thrive didn't just enrich their lives, it enriched hers. Generosity is transformative. Research shows that giving activates the brain's reward centers, fostering happiness and satisfaction. But generosity doesn't have to mean writing big checks. It can take many forms. 1. Sharing knowledge. Teach others the financial lessons you've learned. 2. Mentorship. Guide someone on their own financial journey. 3. Community support. Volunteer your time or resources to causes you care about. Jasmine started small, offering free workshops at a local library. Over time, her generosity grew, and she created a scholarship fund for aspiring entrepreneurs. The more she gave, the more connected she felt to her community. When you pay it forward, you amplify the impact of your success. Imagine planting seeds in a garden. Each act of generosity is a seed that grows into something beautiful, spreading benefits far and wide. For Jasmine, helping others didn't just uplift her community, it strengthened her own sense of purpose and gratitude. You don't need to wait until you're wealthy to give back. Start where you are. 1. Identify your strengths. What skills or resources can you share? Maybe you're great at budgeting or finding creative ways to save. 2. Find your audience. Look for people or organizations that can benefit from your help. 3. Take action. Even small acts, like buying a meal for someone in need or sharing a financial tip with a friend, can make a difference. Jasmine realized that her journey wasn't just about her own success, it was about creating opportunities for others. By mentoring and sharing her story, she empowered her mentees to pursue their dreams. Giving is a two-way street. When you invest in others, you often receive more than you give. This reciprocity isn't just financial, it's emotional and social. Jasmine's mentees weren't the only ones who grew, she did too. Their successes inspired her to keep learning and giving back. Paying it forward helps you leave a legacy that outlasts you. Imagine being remembered not just for what you accomplished but for the lives you touched. Whether it's your family, your community, or the world at large, your impact can extend far beyond your lifetime. Generosity is contagious. When people see you giving, they're inspired to do the same. Jasmine's efforts sparked a movement in her community. Her mentees began mentoring others, creating a ripple effect of empowerment and growth. What can you do today to make a difference? Whether it's sharing your story, teaching a skill, or donating to a cause, your actions matter. Start small, and watch how generosity transforms not just the lives of others but your own. Jasmine's journey reminds us that wealth is most meaningful when it's shared. By paying it forward, you create a cycle of abundance that benefits everyone. Your financial success isn't the end of the story, it's the beginning of a new chapter, one that leaves the world a little better than you found it. Chapter 12. Your future self thanks you. Picture yourself 10 years from now. Imagine the life you've built, a life where you no longer worry about money, where your days are filled with purpose, and where you have the freedom to choose what matters most. That future version of you is cheering you on today, urging you to make choices that will transform your life. Every small step you take now is a gift to your future self. This chapter is about creating a vision for the life you want and aligning your actions today to make it a reality. Let's meet Leo, a retail worker who always felt stuck in a cycle of just getting by. For years he ignored his finances, convincing himself there wasn't enough to save or invest. One day Leo decided to break the cycle. He asked himself, "What does my future self need from me today?" That question became his guiding principle. Leo started by visualizing his future. He pictured himself living debt-free, traveling to places he'd always dreamed of, and having the time to pursue his passion for woodworking. Visualization became his daily habit. Every morning he spent 5 minutes vividly imagining his future life, feeling the emotions of gratitude and fulfillment, as if it were already real. This practice didn't just motivate him, it rewired his brain to focus on possibilities. To turn a vision into reality, you need a plan. Leo broke his big dreams into smaller, actionable goals. 1. Build an emergency fund, save $500, then grow it to 3 months' worth of expenses. 2. Pay down debt. Tackle his smallest loan first using the snowball method. 3. Start investing. Contribute $50 a month to a retirement account. Each small victory reinforced his belief that financial freedom was possible. Leo's journey illustrates the power of compound growth, not just in investments but in habits. Each financial win, no matter how small, built momentum. For example, cutting back on takeout saved him $150 a month. He redirected that money into a high-yield savings account, watching it grow steadily. Over time, these small actions added up, creating a profound impact on his financial future. Leo learned that consistency was more important than perfection. Some months he couldn't save as much as he wanted, but he never stopped entirely. His mantra became progress, not perfection. By showing up for his goals every month, he built a habit of persistence that paid off over the years. Part of creating a brighter future is appreciating the work you're doing now. Leo started writing thank you notes to his present self. Thank you for skipping that impulse purchase and putting $20 into savings. Thank you for saying no to unnecessary expenses so we can travel next year. These notes reminded him that every small action was a step toward the life he wanted. What does your future self look like? Take a moment to close your eyes and picture it. Where are you? What are you doing? How does it feel? Write down your vision and revisit it often. Let it guide your decisions today. Leo's story proves that anyone can rewrite their financial future with small, intentional actions. By imagining the life he wanted and committing to consistent effort, he transformed his finances and his mindset. Today, Leo owns his home, travels regularly, and runs a successful woodworking business on the side, all because he started with a single decision to invest in his future self. Your journey is unique, but the principles are universal. Your future self is cheering you on, waiting to thank you for the choices you make today. So what's your first step? Take it now, and watch as your vision becomes your reality. Take care, and be well.